Revelation 1163. From the 6th of November 1939. Soaring of the Spirit. Spheres of the Spirit. Home. In an unbelievably short time, man achieves the ability to send his spirit to the heights at any time, if he only consciously strives for this and spares no effort and perseverance. It must first be preceded by overcoming his body and its desires, so that the body is never an obstacle to this striving. The spirit's soaring must be carried out frequently. It must not encounter any resistance in the form of external distractions that keep it back on earth again and again. It takes a certain amount of self-conquest, disregarding everything corporeal and all thoughts soaring upwards. To detach from earth will always cost some effort and must be practiced constantly, because the heaviness of the earth still holds man too tightly, but the deeper one's love for God fills the heart. The more longingly the spirit strives towards him, and the easier the detachment from the earth will be possible, because again it is the love for the world, which must be overcome. And again the love for God, which brings fulfillment. To surrender the one is to receive the other, but both cannot be practiced at the same time. One will always have to be neglected at the expense of the other. And so man tries to get rid of the love for the world, so that the love for God brings him the connection with his own spirit, with the Spirit of God. To consciously raise oneself into those spheres, where all good spiritual power works, is of unspeakable value. Man does not recognize it in its whole meaning. However, the success will confirm the truth of these words to him, because man becomes knowledgeable, and that without any earthly help. He draws from a source which is not visible to the fellow man and therefore, incomprehensible. But the refreshing drink is offered to him, and he can now visibly prove to people what he has received spiritually. He can pass on the drink, and those who desire it, may also feast on it. The earthly child has received spiritual power, because it consciously turned upward. He has returned from those spheres with rich gifts and tells his fellow men about what he has been offered. And if he lets the spiritually received things have an effect on him with open eyes and heart, he will also feel the power and recognize the origin of these gifts. Man receives the gift he requests. If his spirit is willing to take the way to the height, he will also be given accordingly from the height. The eternal deity himself shares all power with him and sends his spirit to the child, so that it instructs him and forms and increases his knowledge, because now the child is ready for divine teachings and divine wisdom. His heart and his mind is also able to receive what is offered, because everything starts from God, mind and thinking ability, and if the Lord considers his creatures worthy, he will consider them in such a way that they can rightly grasp everything that is imparted to them. The will to reach the height will lead them to the deepest knowledge. For God considers those who willingly detach themselves from the earth and recognize their true home in the spheres of the Spirit. Amen.